Hi, welcome back to the channel and to our wiring first fix part 2.
In this episode we're going to get the solar panel cables through the roof and we're going to run the wires for our lights. So let's get started. Welcome back up to the roof. Haven't been up here since we did the solar panels and the roof fans. We need to get our solar panel cables in through the roof today so we can wire them down. To get the solar panel cables through the roof, we've got these solar entry glands, so they just sit on there. The cable goes through here and then you can tighten it up, and hopefully you can see that that rubber seal then comes in and that clamps around the cable, and that makes a fully waterproof seal on these. I've put the towel here just to protect from swarf, because that's what led to all our problems before. And I'm going to put some magnets in, so all the small little filings that come flying off should just go straight to the magnets and not fly everywhere. So same again, we're now at the front of the roof. So put that on, then we'll feed cable through it with an MC4 connector. And this is one we've got taped up, although it does look slightly suspicious. So the holes are now filed and painted. Got these grommets and they'll just protect the cable as it goes in through the opening. And obviously as we drive around there'll be a lot of vibrations through the van. So it will just stop that insulation on the cable wearing away. So we've got the negative from this panel, and I've put a positive MC4 connector on our solar cable. So we're going to join them up and then feed this down through the roof. So I've just unscrewed this one from over here, and then you end up taking off this little rubber bong and this plastic screw-on end cap. You've got to make sure you feed those over the cable, and then you're good to start feeding it through. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Yeah. So now we're done, just screwing this back on. So that's now nice and tight, waterproof seal. So now the solar panel cables are in through the roof. We're just going to do a quick test with the old multimeter, see what voltage we're getting and see what current we're getting. Just make sure everything's connected up right. So first we'll do voltage. Whoa, 41.7 volts.
Whoa!
That's huge!
I mean, the sun is out.
The sun is out. And then we'll just do a quick ampage one.
Ooh, sparks. Yeah, sparks on me as well.
3.4 amps. 3.78. It's just going up and up. Which should be plenty of enough to charge our batteries from. Lovely.
At least in sunny weather like this.
At least in sunny weather, which I'm sure there'll be plenty of in the snow.
Yeah.
As we've just shown, these cables are live at the moment, so we're making sure that we insulate the ends, and then we'll just coil them up for now until we actually run them through the charge controller.
Now onto our lighting, and we're running wires. Lots of wires.
Right, here is your tea.
She wakes up late, but at least she brings me tea, so I guess we have to forgive her.
It's 9:38, and in that time, I have got up, made teas and coffees, and myself some breakfast. So I was up at like 9:20. That's not that late.
I have also made myself a coffee, made myself breakfast, and fed 2 wires through, so I'm getting that as 2 separate things. So that's like 4. 4!
So rude to me.
Okay, we are inside the van today and we are running some more wires. In particular, hopefully, the wires for our lights.
So this gives you an idea of where we're at. We got a lot of cables there. Over here we've still got a lot of conduit, which I need to cut and work out exactly what we need. Down that end we now run some along the ceiling, and that's where some lights are going to go. I've just put some conduit here and here, so that's just going across the beam. So it goes that side to that side, and that's just to prevent these cables having to rub over these sharp metal edges. And then yeah, just as we go along, nice cable tying just to keep it in place. So we'll do another cable tie up there, and then that will join onto this mass of cables and go all the way down here, where this one will end up coming from the light switch for the bathroom over there, and the light will be around there somewhere, but I don't know exactly, so I've just made sure we've got plenty of cable. Alright, time to butt join. So to finish up the wiring first fix, we need to do something to get all our lights wired up. So we've got kind of like a donor cable almost, and that's this 1.5mm cable. And then at each of our lights, we're going to shoot off a little like T-junction, and then another one at another light. And then the end one will just connect straight to the light, just for simplicity. And so we need to wire them in parallel.
Using our butt connectors.
So we're going to connect them using butt connectors. So we're going to put this 1.5 and this 0.75 into one side, and then just have the 1.5 carry on out the other side.
So the way these butt crimps work, or these butt connectors work, if you don't know, is you put your cables in, and then you crimp this middle section here with any kind of standard wire crimpers, and then these ends, the type that we've bought, are heat shrink plastic. So once we've crimped the wires together and made sure that there's a decent join, we will then get the heat gun out to shrink this round the remaining sleeve of the wire and make a hopefully nice and tight and insulated connection. Okay, this is our finished connection for the first wire. So you can see this is our cable coming in. And then out the other side we've got these two cables with the two negatives connected and the two positives connected.
So this is the finished product now for our living room lighting circuit, or what will be the living room lighting. So if you imagine this cable that snakes in and runs all the way through is going to come from the switch so that we can turn them on and off and hopefully dim them. Then this will be the first downlight, that will be the second downlight, and this will go over to the third downlight. And these are now all going to be connected in parallel, so all the positives connect together. And what that will mean is even if this light blows, current can still through to this one and this one, and we'll still be able to have two lights even if one blows.
As you might be able to see, we have two different types of conduit running through our van. We have this slightly smaller 16mm and this slightly larger 20mm external diameters. We started off with just the 16mm because technically all of our cables would fit through this, but we found when we actually fed it through the van, we've got some really long runs and all of the bends and stuff, the cables just didn't thread through easily at all, so we bought some slightly larger ones.
So this conduit as an example, originally we tried to run this cable, which is a 3mm cable, and two of our 1.5mm cables through the skinnier conduit, and it does fit, but you can't really pull it through very easily, especially when you're trying to get round corners around the van. So we just found going up a size just made everything a bit easier, meant that we've got a bit more space if we do need to add anything in the future.
And the reason we didn't go any larger than this is because we're running our conduit through the walls, as you can see, and 20 or maybe 21 is about the maximum you can fit through here if you want them to pop out without having to drill extra holes or cut into the metal. Obviously, if you want to run chunkier conduit, you can do that. It would probably have to go underneath the floor, or you'd have to kind of cut specific channels and entrance and exit points for it.
Yeah.
I just whack you.
You did. So that's it for the first fix of the wiring. All our cables are in, down to here, and then some running down to the batteries. Hopefully we haven't forgotten anything, because that will be a massive pain if we have.
So if you like this video or found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We put out new videos every Thursday.
See you then. Drill. Duct tape, please. Thank you. Go again.
Okay. I'm genuinely tangled.
Good job.